To go. Welcome everybody to day one of our Faith Over Fear virtual summit. This is the first time that we've done anything like this. I am super excited. I have a couple of special guests that you guys get to hear from a little bit later, but Emrys wanted to do something in a big way to give back to the entire industry, you guys. This is not about hype. This is about hope. We wanted to bring you guys daily business building tips for the busy entrepreneur, the busy business owner, anybody that's in the space of network marketing. If you are a part of Emrys, special shout out, hello to our teams that are out there. And if you are joining us from other companies, welcome to our virtual summit. We are so excited that you guys are here. My name is Ashley Walmer, and I am a founding circle member with Emrys International. I was actually the very first person to get an ID number with this company. So I feel very honored to be able to host this event alongside of some of our top leaders in our company today. So this is a virtual platform. You guys can be sharing this, and also we don't do anything small here. One of the things that we like to say at Emrys is wait, there's more. So we're going to tell you guys a little bit about how you can also be getting some giveaways that we're going to do this week. So I want you right now to check in the comments, do hashtag faith over fear, and you're going to get one entry. Every single day that we do these events, you guys, we're going to be giving away something, and that giveaway is going to take place at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. So if you are on here with us, like I said, welcome, but you're going to be able to get entries to win our special prize, our special giveaway. Today, it's going to be a secret, and that winner will be announced, like I said, at 8 p.m. tonight. So check in hashtag faith over fear for one entry. If you tag somebody in this, you're going to get 2 entries. If you share this live to a group or a page or a message, you're going to get 5 entries for that. And every single time that you guys are commenting, liking, interacting on this live, you're going to get another entry. Also, wait, there's more, right? You're going to want to make sure you stay engaged on this live during the entire thing. Wait for the very end, because I'm going to give you guys a call to action, and you are going to be able to implement one business building tip today. You can come back on this live, comment done, to get 3 more entries for our giveaway, okay? So let's get into it, because we know lots of you are at lunch, lots of you have kids running all over the place. Maybe you've quarantined them into their own rooms like I have, and, you know, threaten their lives of no fighting and no Xbox to mess up the internet. Yep, you're like me too, which is totally fine. This is a place that I am super excited to just be able to connect with other men and women today, to give myself my own self-care, right? That's one thing I've learned through this whole thing, is I need to prioritize myself. And that is what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about building through the chaos. If you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, how you can prioritize your business working from home, from the limited space. Maybe you're one of those people that have an office door, which is great. You get to kind of put a wall between you and the chaos. I don't. We have an open floor plan here, so I just get to embrace it and love it. So one thing that I've always realized is with a business like this, and when you have priorities, when you have a goal still in mind, right? I know for me, this business provides for my family. This is a way for income for us. So I don't get to just take off and let life happen to us. I have to kind of take the bull by the horns and make sure that I'm still building my business. And so one thing I've realized is if you fail to plan, you guys, then you're planning to fail. If you don't have an action plan in place for your business and your priorities, you're kind of just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna fail. I'm just gonna do it. And I'm planning to do that because you're not making it a priority. So also, the second thing I've learned through this process is you've got to have that sometimes set schedule or a plan in place, but you got to do it with grace. You got to account for the fact that sometimes there's going to be things that you're going to have to do during the day that you weren't planning on, and that's okay. I've always said, if you drop the ball in one area of your life, just don't drop the ball in that same area tomorrow. Right? So pick up the pieces and give yourself grace while you guys are still building from home. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of 2 different tips before I bring on Nikki and Eryn to share their couple tips with you guys. So for me, what I do in this time of building through this chaos with the corona, or maybe you're calling it Rona at your house or whatever fun name you have for it, I work my business in 2 power hours, okay? Some days it's not a full hour, because I've got to take a look at what my day has on the schedule, and then I adjust to that. But I'm going to give you guys the income producing activities that I do every single day to make sure I'm moving my business forward. So the very first power hour that I do, or power 15 minutes or power 30 minutes, take what I'm saying, you guys, and adjust it to your schedule. So that first IPA is on social. And if you don't build on social, and if you're somebody that's belly to belly, that's me, that's Nikki, we're kind of having to adjust a little bit right now, right? With everybody staying home and quarantining themselves. And one thing I've learned through this entire process in owning my own business, if I don't have a skill that I know, it's my job to kind of learn it. Okay. So if you're somebody that's only built belly to belly, maybe now is the time to kind of start exploring social in your realm of, what's comfortable for you. So those IPAs for me on socials, I'm growing my network, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever platform you guys are using. Make sure every single day you're growing your network. You're adding followers, you're adding friends, you're getting in there and adding more eyes to what you're doing. The next thing is building relationships. Okay, that comes in the form of liking and commenting on people's posts, saying happy birthday to people, getting in there and sparking up conversations, being a friend. Also, you guys can do this off social media. There's nothing that's saying that you can't text and have phone calls and phone conversations and FaceTimes with some of your friends and family that maybe don't live by you. You guys continue to build those relationships. It's even more important right now. Schedule a, happy hour on Zoom with your closest girlfriends or something. And then the third thing that I do in that IPA is post or add to my story on social media. So I want to make sure that I'm visible every single day, that I'm opening the doors of my business on social media. The second power hour that I do, and that's usually after lunchtime, okay? After lunchtime, I will schedule either 15, 30 minutes, hour, whatever you have in your day, to invite and ask and follow up. And what I mean by invite and ask is I'm messaging people to take a look at what we have our hands on, to take a look at our products. Maybe it's my best friend, maybe it's somebody that I haven't talked to in a while, and I'm getting my business in front of them for them to take a look at, okay? So we're not gonna go into conversations and all that. That's going to be a different day, but that is that one power hour that I focus on, is inviting people to take a look and then following up with the people that I've already talked to about this business. I use a platform called Teamzy. Teamzy. It's a software company to help keep track of all of my follow-ups, to keep track of all the people that I'm messaging. It is an incredible platform. It's totally changing the game of what I'm doing to keep track of who I'm talking to. So the next tip that I want to give you guys is just building through the chaos is, okay, do you guys ever feel like you're super busy, but you're not productive at all? Like you get to the end of the day and you're like, oh my gosh, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but I don't really know what I did. Or you have a to-do list that's a mile long and you like never ever get to check things off, but you keep adding to the bottom of it. That's me. Totally, that's me. I have like 3 sticky notes on my computer of like to-do lists. I'm like the to-do list queen, okay? But I started realizing that I am just busy and I'm not productive some days, right? And so what's the difference between the two? Maybe you're like, well, I don't know, I kind of feel productive, I'm checking things off, but are you really? And so these are my 2 kind of ways to check myself to know if I'm being busy or if I'm being productive. So busy, you have a lot to do. You're keeping yourself occupied. You don't really have a priority of what comes first or what comes next. You're just maybe working through a list. You're hustling, right? If you ever feel like you got the hustle down, but there's absolutely no direction, that's busy. Now productive looks and it feels very, very different. So production looks like quality work, right? You have effectiveness in something to produce. You're producing something. Something is happening at the end of that busy work. Usually includes time management. value and quality on what you're doing. You're focused on what you're doing, forward motion and forward progress. There's a little bit of strategy in place, right? That's somebody who's productive versus somebody that's just really, really busy. Okay. So right now, what that looks like for me, because it is different, you guys, I have 3 kids. We're a blended family. So I have my son all the time, and I have my stepson and stepdaughter that come over kind of week on, week off, but we're still kind of navigating what that looks like. So every day is a little bit different at the Walmer household. Okay. And it comes with new challenges and all the fun stuff of being a parent. So for me, what I like to do is I've worked my business in 3s. Okay, so I want to do something for my business. So whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's making a post, maybe I wake up in the morning, drink my coffee, and do my first power hour. Then I'm moving into an activity that's doing something for myself or my house, right? My self-care or house responsibilities. Maybe it's me taking a shower, okay? The next thing after I get out of the shower is I do something for my kids or my spouse or a relationship. Maybe you're on here today and you're not married and you don't have any kids, okay? Something to build that human connection and relationships. So it might be making my kids breakfast. They're old enough, you guys, they can get themselves breakfast, but sometimes I just want to be with them, or coming to the table and sitting down with them while they're eating. Then I go through that 3s and I'll do something for my business, maybe then something for my house, start a load of laundry and come back to doing something with the kids, maybe playing a card game or whatever that looks like, just checking in on them. And I make sure that I'm doing that throughout the day, you guys. I get to the end of my night and I feel so productive, and I feel like I can look through my day and say, you know what, I did this, 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 and this for my business. I hung out with my kids, I showered, I worked out, I ate well, I took my supplements, I did my devotionals, I also, got the dishes done and the laundry done, and I can feel really, really productive, because that is a system and a flow that has worked really, really well for me. Okay, so moving on, I want you guys to hear from one of my dear friends. I've known her since I was 19 years old. So thankful that I met this woman in college. She has been a rock for me in my life, and we've always been in business for ourselves, but we've never got the chance to work together until about a year ago. And we finally came together and said, you know what, let's just do this thing and do it together. And she is one of the busiest people I know, but also probably one of the most productive people that I know. So Nikki VanTimmeren, I'd love for you to hop on here, tell everyone a little bit about you, and give them some of your tips that you do to build through this chaos.
Hey, Ash, thank you so much for the incredible introduction. I'm super excited to be here with all of you guys today and to be sharing with you guys. I'm going to start off and just tell you a little bit about myself. Like Ashley said, I am a busy person. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I've got 3 incredible kids that are here with us, and I'm also a mom to an angel baby that's up watching over us. I have a few different jobs. So I manage an OBGYN office by day, which I've been there for about 14 years now. It's incredible, and I love it. And that's something, it's a place I call home. And I also have always had extra things going on as well. So I'm a varsity cheer coach at our local high school, which I absolutely love. And I also am a competitive cheer official. So I've got lots of different hats that I wear. And I've also have a history of direct sales. So, with different companies, just something I've always loved. So I've loved to be able to get products in people's hands, that they can use to feel good or look good or whatever that might mean. When this was presented to me, I truly was not looking for a new opportunity. I really was not. I was at that point where I thought I was done with this. And then I spoke with Ashley and just got to see the vision of where this company wanted to go. And, I said, I'm going to hop back in. This looks like something that can help a lot of people, and that's what I'm looking to do. So no turning back. That was just over a year ago. It's been incredible. But I want to just kind of tell you guys how I've managed this, because, having a busy schedule, it definitely looks different for me than it does for someone like Ashley. So Ashley's a work-at-home mom, and she's managing lots of things going on in the household while actually, at a desk job most of my day. Then I go right from there to cheer practice. So I will tell you, this quarantine has been a little different. I'm not usually home on Mondays, and I am home because we're working from home on Mondays now. We are off, we are working, but we had to cut our hours just a little bit to kind of make it through this rough patch here. So I'll tell you, I'm probably failing miserably at the way Ashley usually does things. I was just telling them I'm potty training my 2-year-old, and he just flushed a block down the toilet. So I get to deal with that real soon here. But you guys, I'm going to tell you how I usually, kind of go throughout this business and go throughout my day. The biggest thing that I do, you guys, is calendar block. I'm sure you've heard it before, and I remember hearing it years and years ago with another company, and I paid attention to it. I kind of took notes on it, but I never really implemented it until recently. When I started with Emrys, I decided something's got to, I've got to do something differently if I want to make this really work the way that I want it to. So what I did was I found the perfect calendar for me. Obviously, everybody has their own, but I love mine because it's set up where it has weekly goals and monthly goals as well as yearly goals. And then every day, it's got plenty of time slots on there that I get to fill in. I have probably 10 different colors of highlighter. And I go through, and you guys, to be honest, it's quite simple. I go through at the beginning of the month, and all the things I know I'm doing each and every week, I put those in right away. So I've got my work schedule, I've got my practice schedule, my judging schedule. I always block out our team calls, on Mondays. I always block out our corporate calls on Sundays. I always block out Tuesday nights because I know I'm going to have an in-person event here at my house. Obviously not right now. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that, but still Zooms or, whatever that looks like. So I'm a big in-person builder. That's what I like to do. I like to build relationships with people, get in front of people, have fun with people, and communicate that way. So that's something, every month I'm going through and I'm blocking all of those out. Aside from that, other things that I'm doing is going through and blocking where I know I need to contact people. Okay, so I'm contacting my teammates as well as contacting new potentials, people that have responded to my Facebook posts or people that have asked questions, maybe as I've seen them out and about. And so I'm blocking each and every one of those out. And I know that might seem a little tedious, but when you're working and you have a busy schedule, it's really easy to go, oh no, I'll get to that tomorrow. Oh no, I'll get to that tomorrow. So what I do is I go through beginning of the month and I've got a list of goals. And for the month, I make sure I write down every single one of those. And no goal is too small. I truly write down, if it's to connect with 5 new people, I'm writing that down. Then each week I break that down and I go, this is how many new, potentials I'm going to talk to. This is how many follow-ups I have. This is how many new potential customers I want to talk to. And I write every one of those goals down. And by Saturday, if those aren't complete, then I need to go through on Saturday and I need to complete every single one of those. So let me tell you, I don't want to spend my Saturday going through and checking off all of my goals for the week. So I really take it day by day. I put those right in there. You guys, I don't work. I love that Ashley does power hours and a lot of our teammates do. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't work that way for me. Between my job and my kids and my husband, and what works best for me is working this in 10, 15, 20-minute increments. So that might mean when I have a lunch break, I'm following up with people or I'm connecting with people on my lunch break. It might mean that my husband, offers to watch the kids for a half hour after we eat dinner so that I can go through and I can, make those connections or work through some of those things that I need to. So, my biggest tool is my calendar. Now, whether that's my actual calendar itself or whether that is a Google Calendar, which I love to use because I can share it with my husband, that's where we put everything for our family. So he knows when I have this stuff going on, and we've got this communication of, he knows I have cheer or I have Emrys work that I'm doing, or, he knows my normal work schedule just like I know his. But it's really great because as a family, my kids know, my husband knows. We also like to take family time and do things together. We like to create dream boards together, so I'm factoring all that in as I'm going through and calendar blocking. And I think that's been a huge success for us, for our family. I know it doesn't work for everyone. I'm a firm believer that if you're busy and you're somebody that needs to get stuff done and I like to check things off. I'm a list maker. So if I can check something off a list, then I'm golden. So that would definitely be my tip, is just, make sure that you are planning. Make sure that somehow you have a calendar or something to stick to. But also, like Ashley said, you guys, you have to have grace. There's got to be, there has to be room for fun. There has to be room for laughter. But then the next day, get right back to it. Don't get stuck in that hole. That's the biggest piece of advice I feel like I'm giving for all my years in direct sales and network marketing. It has always been, It's okay. You can restart your business. It's okay. We can start again tomorrow. It's okay. Just put, one foot in front of the other. It's okay. And remember to have that grace, and remember that, you're human. We're all human, especially at a time like this. Doing something every day is going to get you eventually, where you need to be. So just do enough of the right things and you'll get there.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So now we get to hear from Eryn Austin. I am so excited for you guys to hear from her. All three of us, you guys, are very, very different. So you're going to pick different things up from all of our stories. But the one thing that I love the most about Eryn is every single time she speaks, I'm like, sign me up again. Sign me up again. Like, I'm raising my hand. Yes, preach, preach. So I am super excited for you guys to just hear a little bit of her story and also some of her tips of kind of building through the chaos right now. So Eryn, are you there with us?
I'm here.
Yay! Take it away, girlfriend.
All right, great. Yes, I'm Eryn Austin. I am not new to the network marketing industry, but I am new to MRS. I joined in December, and I am at home all the time. Quarantine hasn't been a huge change for me personally. We have a very unique family situation. I have 3 kiddos at home, and am happily married to my precious bearded husband. In 2016, we adopted our youngest daughter, Primrose, and she brought the chaos. Okay, so chaos is not a new thing. We pretty much live in a semi-quarantine state. She's got complex disabilities, and so I haven't had to make as many adjustments for myself as a lot of you have. Even people who are working traditional businesses from home, it's a huge adjustment. So I'm going to kind of speak from a little bit of a different perspective and just tell you that chaos is a steady state reality. This is reality. Your chaos is not going to look the same as someone else's. It's not going to be as prioritized and front and center all the time, but it's always going to exist. So we have to, especially as entrepreneurs, who we depend on ourselves. We depend on our motivation. We depend on our ability to kind of pick ourselves up by our bootstraps. We have to be able to adapt and accept any chaos that comes our way. And so my favorite way to do that is automating the action. You have to be able to know, no matter what comes at you during your day, what are the non-negotiables that you have to get done for your business? You need to be making sure that whatever it takes for you to be commissions qualified, to get your check, that is done. So that is automated. That's something that's a no-brainer, right? You need to make sure that you're marketing. You're not just marketing and a sales pitch. You're really out there. I love social media. I build 100% on social media. And so I want to make sure that I am marketing in a way that's relatable and vulnerable and authentic. I'm not presenting anything perfect. My house is a wreck, not just in quarantine, all the time. We're not faking anything. I'm automating my real life to encompass this business. I want to make sure that while I'm talking about products and while I'm talking about this incredible industry's ability to bring an income for people, that I'm keeping it real, because that's easier for me. It is going to be easier for you to automate what is real in your life and to be able to keep that on schedule and keep that on track than for you to try to, in your brain, create something that you think is going to say the right thing. So if you will just lean into the authentic craziness that is your life and just accept it, automating your business is going to be way, way simpler. I know that I have to follow up. You guys, listen, direct sales, network marketing, I 100% believe that it is the industry for anyone who wants to make a ridiculous amount of money. The reason so many people struggle with getting over that hump and making the good money this way is that they're not willing to do the follow-up. Here, listen, chaos or no chaos, people are buying products. People are consuming goods. People need income. So it doesn't matter what's in your head or what the roadblock is. You need to automate your follow-up. People are not ignoring you on purpose. And if they are, they'll tell you no eventually. But my follow-up is the key to why every single week or month, and since I've joined this company, I've been at the top, because I automate my follow-up. It's going to happen. I don't have to think about it. If you'll automate your action, you'll be able to work through any chaos that comes. Because you guys, COVID is not the last thing that's going to shake your life up. Anything could shake your life up. A relationship, an adoption, loss, grief, struggle, incredible amounts of joy. I mean, even the good things can bring chaos, right? So we have to be able to know these are my non-negotiables. If I automate them and they're like habitual, then I don't have to think. So my brain power is not having to be parceled out in a million places. I know what I need to do for my business. I'm solid in that. I can put more of my brain power to solving this problem over here, you know, with my kid who threw a block in the toilet or whatever it is, you know. So do that, you guys. It makes good sense in life in general to be able to adapt to chaos. And then my final thing is learn to rest and not quit. I do not know anyone who has reached success in any industry or any business by being flaky. And, you know, this is just real talk coming from, I mean, my life is insane. It's hard. I battle mental illness. I have a lot of things every single day on my plate that I have to work through. And so many of you guys are doing that too. You're fighting big battles. You're working multiple jobs. You're raising, you know, you're co-parenting kids. You have crazy schedules. And then you also have all of the other things in your heart and in your soul that may burden you, right? This is key to making it to the top in whatever industry that you are. You need to learn to rest and not quit. Just because things are weird and hard and uncomfortable, and maybe you're dealing with sadness, you know, that you can't really explain right now. Just because that's the reality right now does not mean that you need to pull yourself back. You can rest. You can take I took a mental health couple of days because my kids' birthdays are 2 days apart. So I just took a little break. But you know what? What did I do? When I came back, I signed 2 new customers to my business because I was automating my work. I wasn't having to get myself back up. Oh, I took, you know, a few days off and now I've got to get myself back in the swing of things. Learning to rest and not quit is what is going to keep you in this game. It is going to get you over any obstacle that comes your way. And it's going to make sure that you can face any chaos and any brand of it, because these are the things that we have to work on the inside, really. You know, Nikki and Ash gave you guys some tangible things, but what I'm trying to help you see is that some of this has got to be worked on the inside. That we all, no matter what business we're in, teachers right now, hello, what have they had to adapt to? You know, they're adapting and they're probably really stressed out, but they're not backing away. They might need to rest. They might need to say, you know what, 7 o'clock, I'm clocking out from everything and taking a bath or whatever. But they're making sure that they're working on the inside too, to make sure that what they need to do gets done without them feeling so overwhelmed that they feel defeated and they want to quit. Don't quit on the thing that can bring you through the chaos simply because it's hard to get through the chaos. That makes no sense. We're not going to back away and cut ties with the thing that could provide for us through the chaos. I mean, let's just think. 12 months down the road, you devote yourself to your business, whatever business you're in, for 12 months, and you're automating your work and you're blocking out your calendar and you're doing your IPAs and your power hours. 12 months down the road, something else crazy happens and you find yourself out of a source of income because you devoted 12 months to building this thing that can support you through chaos. You're not out that money. Like this is just good sense. I think of businesses like ours as an investment in the future. Yeah, they're fun to work and I love the camaraderie and our products are awesome. And it's so super fun to get a weekly paycheck. I love that. But what I'm working for is 10 years down the road when something else comes for my family, when another brand of chaos comes and I can say, you know what? I worked through all kinds of crazy stuff. We survived the Rona. We did it. And that is why we're surviving this new brand of chaos. So why not right now in this atmosphere, learn how to do it? Figure out how to do it for yourself. Figure out how to win every day in some small way so that you know, hey, when this is over, I know it feels like it's never going to be over, but it will be over. That, you know, like, hey, I killed it. I freaking killed it. I didn't know what I was doing. I barely changed my clothes. I forgot to shower. I didn't buy deodorant for 3 months, but I killed it in my business, and I killed it. I spent a lot of time with my kids. You know, I was able to pour into my marriage. I learned how to cook a new meal. I really did yesterday. I really did. I learned how to cook a new meal. Or maybe I learned that I like naps. Like, I mean, okay, we don't have to be super ambitious about all of this, but just lean into the chaos, automate your work so that you're not skipping any days. You're just getting it done. Some days you're going to get the bare minimum, and some days it's going to be like, I mean, I am the queen of network marketing. I mean, there's some days I feel like that. And there's also some days I feel like Swamp Thing. I mean, it's a balance, right? It is. So do those things so that you can learn to rest and not quit. Because if you don't automate it, if you're not completely bought into, okay, chaos is chaos, it's going to be a reality, you are going to get overwhelmed and you're going to be tempted to quit. You're going to feel like you're too far behind the 8 ball. As long as we're taking steps, we are never too far behind. All right. Y'all be kind to yourselves. This is craziness.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Eryn. You just fill my soul up every single time that you talk. I always feel super empowered anytime that I'm with you or that we get to talk. So I hope that every single one of you watching this right now has felt empowered or inspired by something that was said today, and that you're able to kind of take that and fit it into your life in some way, shape, or form, whether you're experiencing the chaos and you remember what Eryn said, right? Or if you have a few minutes to sit down and go, you know what? I really do need to kind of time block my time. Or whether you're in a power hour and you're like, okay, I'm doing my 15 minutes, but I don't know what to do. What did Ashley say? What are the things that she does? So take those few things. We're going to give you guys a call to action here in a minute as well. But I wanted to just let you guys know, you guys can do brave things. You guys can do scary things. The only person that is telling you that you can't is right up here. And guess what? You can take that thought captive at any moment and just throw it away, right? You have the power to do that. And so start using the power that you have inside of you. I was watching church yesterday, quarantined from home. And as a Christian, it's really hard to do that, to not be with community and be at church. But there was this song that was sung, and I literally, you guys, I'm going to get choked up and goosebumps just thinking about the song. So it was one of those things, I'd heard it for the first time, but I was like jamming out on my couch, like, you know, clapping my hands because it was so good. But there was this line, and I'm going to look at my notes so I don't get it wrong. It was talking about, obviously, Resurrection Sunday, and it was saying, open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm going to live, I'm going to live again. And obviously, in that moment, I was thinking about resurrection and all of that encompassed for Easter. But today, those lyrics just kind of kept coming to my mind, and I just kept thinking, how many people need to roll the stone away from their life right now? How many people are stuck in their own tomb of fear and self-doubt and what if and what's going to happen? And you need to just start living your life again. You need to feel inspired and feel empowered and say, you know what, this is still my life and I'm still here and I'm going to live. Right? I'm going to live again. I'm not going to let COVID, I'm not going to let what's happening to me, I'm not going to let the chaos define who I am or where I'm going or what I'm doing. I am going to raise my hand and take ownership over my life and start working towards it. Okay? So there was a quote I heard a while ago, and it said, if you don't have time, you don't have priorities. And to be honest, it irritated me when I first saw it. So I was like, well, who's that person that says that I don't have priorities if I feel like I don't have time? And then I met Nikki. And I started to realize that people with priorities prioritize their time. They tell their time where to go and they get stuff done. Okay, so you stop making excuses for the fact that you don't have time. You just figure it out. You give yourself grace. If you mess up one day, it's okay. Like I said, you just don't drop the ball in that same area the next day. But by not choosing to prioritize your business during this time, and for those of you that work belly to belly like me, it's really easy to be like, well, I can't go meet somebody at a coffee shop today. I'm just going to sit home and do nothing. Okay, you guys are making an excuse, which is actually making a choice. You're making a choice to do nothing. You're making a choice to stay stuck. You're making a choice to let COVID run your life. Stop it. right now. Just stop it. Make that decision and stop, okay? So your call to action, what I want you guys to do, when you get this done, come back to this, comment done, okay? Because you're going to get those couple extra entries for our giveaway. But take a look at your week. Take a look at your day and prioritize your business and the responsibilities that you have. Figure out when you are going to do those income producing activities. Like Eryn said, automate it. Don't take a couple days off and feel like you're so far behind. Know what you're going to do, even in the chaos, even in the craziness. Figure out what that looks like for you to move your business forward. What are the income producing activities in your business that are going to move it forward? Prioritize it, figure it out. Come back here, comment done, and write a little bit about your plan. Maybe you're going to say, done, I'm going to wake up a half an hour before my kids every day and move my business then. Or done, I'm going to do it on my lunch hour. Or done, I'm going to do it when my kids are doing their schoolwork. Whatever that looks like for you, but that is your action step. And I am so thankful and so excited that you guys came here and spent this time with us. Sorry, this one is a little bit over the length of 20 minutes because we started it today, but we wanted to make sure we gave you guys enough tips and tricks. Join us tomorrow. Same time, same place. Lisa Johnson is going to be joining me, and we are going to be talking about messaging and calling with confidence, how to do those three-way calls and three-way chats, how to edify an upline or a leader to get them on with you, and completing that circle of trust. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. So I will see you guys. Crush the rest of your Monday. Don't let Monday happen to you. Prioritize it and go make it an awesome day. Love you guys.